Mastic, Greek, mu alpha sigma tau chi alpha, Turkish, Damla sakızı, is a resin obtained from the mastic tree, Pistacia lentiscus. It is also known as tears of Chios, being traditionally produced on the island Chios, and, like other natural resins, is produced in tears or droplets. Mastic is excreted by the resin glands of certain trees and dries into pieces of brittle, translucent resin. When chewed, the resin softens and becomes a bright white and opaque gum. The flavor is bitter at first, but after some chewing, it releases a refreshing flavor similar to pine and cedar. Mastic has been harvested for at least 2,500 years since Greek antiquity. The word mastic is derived from Greek, mu alpha sigma tau iota chi epsilon nu, romanized, masticine to gnash the teeth, which is also the source of the English word masticate. The first mention of actual mastic tears was by Hippocrates. Hippocrates used mastic for the prevention of digestive problems, colds, and as a breath freshener. Roman emperors used mastic along with honey, pepper, and egg in the spiced wine condiment paradoxum. Under the Byzantine Empire, the trade of mastic was made emperor's monopoly. In the Ottoman Empire, the Sultan gathered the finest mastic crop to send it to his harem. During the Ottoman rule of Chios, mastic was worth its weight in gold. The penalty for stealing mastic was execution by order of the Sultan. In the Chios massacre of 1822, the people of the Mastichochoria region were spared by the Sultan to provide mastic to him and his harem. Sakızı, the Turkish name for the island of Chios, means island of gum. The mastic villages are fortress-like, out of sight from the sea, surrounded by high walls and with no doors at street level, meaning that the villages were entered only by ladders, in order to protect the sad from invaders. Although the liqueur is much younger, it is still tied up with Greek history. Digestive liqueurs, similar to Mastichochoria, Mastica, but made with grapes, were known as Greek elixirs before the French Revolution. The production of mastic was threatened by the Chios forest fire that destroyed some mastic groves in August 2012. Producing the mastic resin is a whole year process for the local growers. The harvest is known as cantos and takes place from the beginning of July to the beginning of October. First, the area around the trees is cleared and sprinkled with inert calcium carbonate. Then, every 4 to 5 days, 5 to 10 incisions are made in the bark of each tree to release the resin. As these clear drops hang from the tree and sparkle in the sunlight, they are said to resemble crystalline teardrops. For this reason, the mastic resin is known as the tears of Chios. It takes about 15 to 20 days for the first resin crystals to harden and fall to the ground. The farmers then collect the pieces of dry mastic and wash them in natural spring water, and spend most of the winter cleaning and separating the tears from the sand. This cleaning process is performed by hand and is regulated by the legislative framework of the Mastic Growers Association. In addition to mastic oil is also produced. As of 2018, there were 24 Mastichochoria, or mastic villages, on the island of Chios dedicated to the cultivation and production of mastic. Mastic production in Chios is protected by a European Union protected designation of origin. The island's mastic production is controlled by a cooperative. Founded in 1938, the Chios Gum Mastic Growers Association, Greek, Nu Omega Sigma Eta Mu Alpha Sigma Tau Iona Chi Omicron Pi Alpha Rho Alpha Gamma Omega Gamma Nu Chi Omicron Upsilon, abbreviated CGMGA, is a secondary cooperative organization and acts as the collective representative organ of 20 primary cooperatives founded in the 24 mastic villages. It has the exclusive management of natural Chios Masticha in Greece and abroad. The Chios Mastic Museum offers a permanent exhibition about mastic production on the island, explaining its history and cultivation techniques as well as demonstrating its different uses today. Traditionally, there has also been limited production of mastic on the Cezar Peninsula, on the Turkish coast 8 nautical miles from Chios, with similar ecological conditions suitable for mastic production. The Turkish Foundation for Combating Soil Erosion, for Reforestation, and the Protection of Natural Habitats, TIMA, has led an effort to protect the native Turkish mastic trees and to plant new ones in the Cezar Peninsula to revive viable commercial production of the product. As part of this project, which was expected to last through 2016, over 3,000 mastic tree saplings were planted between 2008 and October 2011 to over 368 acres, 149 hectares, of dedicated farmland provided by the Izmir Institute of Technology. In the Eastern Mediterranean, Chios mastic is considered a spice for food. It is commonly used for baking and cooking, adding its aroma to foodstuffs such as brioches, ice cream, and other desserts. It is especially known to the Arab cuisine, but recently mastic is also increasingly used in Japanese cuisine. One of the earliest uses of mastic was as chewing gum, hence the name. Mastic flavored chewing gum is sold in Syria, Lebanon, Turkey, and Greece. Mastic is used in ice cream, sauces, and seasoning in Lebanon. In Egypt, mastic is used in vegetable preserves, in jams that have a gummy consistency, and in soups. In savory dishes, Egyptian chicken, duck, rabbit, and fish recipes often called for mastic, usually paired with cardamom. In Morocco, mastic is used in the preparation of smoked foods. In Syria, mastic is added to buza, Syrian ice cream. In Turkey, mastic is widely used in desserts such as Turkish delight and dondurma, in puddings such as sütlaç, salep, tavuk göksu, mamelika, and in soft drinks. Mastic syrup is added to Turkish coffee on the Aegean coast. In the Maghreb countries, mastic is used mainly in cakes, sweets, and pastries, and as a stabilizer in meringue and nougat. In Greece, mastic is used in liqueurs such as Mastica, or Mastichochoria, in a spoon sweet known as a submarine, Greek, upsilon pi omicron beta rho iota omicron, romanized, ipavrekio, in beverages, chewing gum, sweets, desserts, breads, and cheese. It is also used to stabilize Turkish delight in ice cream. Jordanian chewing gum company, Shirawi Brothers, use the mastic of Pistacia lentiscus as one of the main ingredients, in addition to glucose, in their mastic-flavored gums. They also distribute the gum to many deli stores worldwide, such as to Europe and Australia. Some scholars identify the baka mentioned in the Bible with the mastic plant. Baka appears to be derived from Hebrew, weeping, and is thought to refer to the tears of resin secreted by the mastic plant. Ancient Jewish halakhic sources indicate mastic as a treatment for bad breath. Mastic is not chewed on Shabbat. When is it permissible to chew mastic on Shabbat? When the intention is medicinal. If it is used for bad breath, it is permissible. Mastic is an essential ingredient of chrism, the holy oil used for anointing by the Orthodox churches. Mastic is used in some varnishes. Mastic varnish was used to protect and preserve photographic negatives. Mastic is also used in perfumes, cosmetics, soap, body oils, and body lotion. In ancient Egypt, mastic was used in embalming. In its hardened form, mastic can be used, like frankincense or boswellia resin, to produce incense. The rarity of mastic and the difficulty of its production make it expensive. As a result, imitations in the form of other resins appear in the market, sold as mastic, such as boswellia or gum arabic. Other trees, such as terebinths, Pistacia terebinthus, can also produce a resin similar to mastic. Yet other substances, such as pine tree resin and almond tree resin, are sometimes used in place of mastic.